If you are thinking to leave your country and to start a new life completely, here's the reason why it's very worth it to choose Argentina. This is Abigail Calvanero and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I would like to share to you my experience and why it's very worth it to start a new life here in Argentina, Buenos Aires. The main point of why Argentina is worth to live first is affordable lifestyle. It depends on how you can manage your income, and it's typically very easy to live here when it comes about how can you manage your expenses, especially when it comes about food. So of course you will move here. You don't have any houses yet or apartment, or you didn't own any apartment. So you're probably going to find a rental apartment. So it depends on how can you pay for rent monthly. So there's a lot of choices. It depends on what kind of apartment you need. If you're alone, there's a studio type, and as I believe that it was very affordable, especially in different kind of districts. How much you can pay, it depends on what district you will choose here in Argentina. It's affordable lifestyle here in Argentina. Because there's a local store when it comes about vegetables or any kind of things that you need in the kitchen when you cook. Local store is the best. It's very cheap, and it also depends on district where you will buy. Groceries, there's also have supermarket, big supermarket, normal supermarket, and it's also have. And there's also a meat shop, and if you will buy in a local store or in a simple meat shop or fish shop, of course it depends on where you will buy. The second reason why I really like Argentina to live, it's because the beautiful places here. Yeah, the first thing is park. A lot of parks here, especially near any houses, or any district where you live, is always have parks, especially for kids. So if you will go here to starting you like with your partner and you will having a kid, very free to play. And besides from that, Argentina, there's a lot of tourist spot. First and second that I go is Iguazu. Yeah, it's very, very good. Iguazu. There's a very, very big falls. Wow. And it's a bit far from Buenos Aires to Iguazu. Of course, we go by the plane, and it's so very worth it to go there. There's also have Japanese park or Japanese park. I don't know, I forgot the real name. And there's also have a big flower park. It's also really good. I already make content there. I don't know if you already see in my vlog last night. There's a Bariloche. I didn't been there yet, but I hope in the future I can go there with my husband and my kid. And I was very, very glad that we choose here in Buenos Aires to start a new life. Actually, I gave birth my son here. I come here November 2024. I was pregnant. It was 8 months. I was 8 months pregnant. And January, I gave birth. And actually, I go here as a tourist. And now I am automatically citizen or permanent residency. And it's still processing. So I believe that all of this will be really, really worth it. And I already see this and I already experienced this now. Okay, when it comes about residency pathway here in Argentina, first that you can get a temporary residency here or permanent residency here in Argentina is about work. So if you have a qualification to work in here, or there's an agency or some companies that it will sponsor you or invite you to work here, and you will get a working visa, of course, there's a possible that you will gonna get a temporary residency or permanent residency. Actually, I'm not fully sure about this, but you can also search on internet, to make clear everything to you. Of course, there's also for student visa, or they call it humanitarian way. I don't know, humanitarian or pensioner, and other categories also exist. So of course, there's also way to let you start in your life here. If you have a family here, they call it family reunification. They can invite you, or they can find accessible way to give you a temporary or permanent residency. If you would like to ask me why I become a permanent residency here in the future, actually, I give birth here in Argentina, and that is the reason why I automatically having a reason to live here more than a temporary. Like I told you, we already start a new life here, and it's very, very worth it. Number 4, why it's really worth it to live here or start a new life here in Argentina is the quality of life. Yes, the quality of life. First, there is a parks, I already explained to you, and cafe, and about a slower lifestyle, about food, of course. I really like the beef here. Beef is really, really good. I really like it here. And of course, there's a people is very friendly, respectable, and very helpful. And I really like to be around with them. And I feel some calm. I feel so comfortable when I'm with other people here in local Argentina.
What?
Argentinian, yeah.
A few moments later.
First thing why I feel like honestly when I came from because I came from Asia, which is in Philippines, and I also lived for around more than 2 years in Cambodia. Me and my husband is a European guy, and he really like Asians because of people also have a good humor, friendly, and there's a lot of good place to having a good time, chillax in islands, beaches, tourist spots in there, and I really like it too. The different kind of energy there, or happiness, attraction, have a different kind of things here. Like they have a
What?
difference. I don't know how to explain. They are not similar. First month until maybe almost 1 year, I already tried to accept that living here in Argentina is just okay. Yeah, first year living here. Maybe because I just gave birth and I didn't experience of going around here in Buenos Aires or Argentina because I was focusing taking care of my kid, me and my husband, of course. And after so many months, or almost or more than 1 year, me and my husband already decided to go anywhere or enjoying our life, even we have a baby, and now he's already big. And I really appreciate living here in Buenos Aires because even I am alone with my Luca. Go around here in Buenos Aires, go to tourist spots, park, restaurants, cafe. I really appreciate anything that I encounter. Even every week, I go for buying our needs, especially foods. It's very affordable, especially that we are only trying to make budget to buy our foods and needs, and it's not really hard to manage the expenses of life here, especially not only about buying only necessary things, but we also afford some things that we want. Eating some restaurants, eating things or drink some coffee in the outside. And it's so really, really good, especially when we go to other tourist spots here in Buenos Aires or in Argentina. So that's all for today's video. I hope you like my video today, and don't forget to subscribe, to share. Some of your friends are thinking where they would like to start their new life with their family, with their loved ones. You better choose Argentina, and there's a lot of ways to become a legal residency here. So that's all. I hope that you have a great day today, but only not for today, but also every day. Bye!